Welcome back, my friends. This is Melanie with Melanie Smith Stamps, and today we're jumping into the Apple Blossom Swag Press and Foil Plate by LDRS Creative. Now, if you're unaware, LDRS Creative is a boutique style shop, and it has amazing designs. Very classic, very elegant, but also some fun and cheerful ones as well. Now, I offer a 15% discount as part of being a content creator for them. And that 15%, you just have to use my coupon code, which is Melanie15. So when you're shopping, even for new release items, you can get that 15% off your shopping cart. The only time that does not work is on clearance and store promotions, like large sales like 4th of July or Black Friday, things like that. So other than that, keep that discount code in your back pocket because it can save you every time you shop. Now, today we're going to be using the Thinking of You foil and press plate. Now, remember, these press plates work in your Better Press machine, but they also work in your Glimmer machine. And today we're pressing and we're actually stenciling, which is what this Apple Blossom set is. It's a 3-part suite that has the press plates, the dies, and the stencils. And the stencils are 4 layering stencils. So we're going to be doing that today. Then we're going to use the hand-torn squares to die cut out our sentiment like this. We're just going to ink this in black and die cut it out, which I have that actually pre-done here. I can show it to you real quick. Here's that. I just did that ahead of time to save a little time for us. And then we're going to do a little stenciling on the background with this paper rose stencil. Now this one I picked up on the Spellbinders website, and it is called Distressed Mesh, item 18126. It's a 6x6 stencil, and I loved how it had these areas that were not open. So it looks very rugged and like it's called distressed. So I really like the way that look, and we're going to use this a little bit today as well. So let me grab my Better Press. I've got it right here actually, all ready to go. And we're going to use 3 of the LDRS inks when we are stenciling. But I wanted to go ahead and do the pressing with you first. Now, this has 3 beautiful press plates. I love this swirl. But for what we're doing today, since it's a square sentiment, I want to use these 2 ones that look like more of a corner, because I thought that would be a better option. Now, since I have the room here, and I may even have it on the paper, let's see, we might. I'll go ahead and press that Thinking of You as well, just so you can see how it presses out, and I can always use this in a second card later. So we'll go ahead and put that on here as well. And I think I'm going to go ahead, let's see here. Yes, I've got this piece a little larger than A2. It goes up higher. So I'm going to go ahead and scoot this up higher as well. That'll give me room to die cut it out or cut it out depending on how I want to do it. I may fussy cut this one. I'm not sure. But anyways, so let me go ahead and ink these up. Let me grab my Raven Black ink. The Raven Black ink, along with all the LDRS inks, works with your Better Press. And the beauty of these is you have the full-size pad. So it goes a little quicker, but they all stamp out very nicely into your cotton card, which I adore. I also love the variety of colors. They have a lot of really pretty colors in the LDRS line. And we're hoping for more colors in the future. We've had hints by the owner, but nothing so far in the actual forecast. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on top here and run this through my Platinum 6. Okay, oh, look how close I got that. I almost got that to where it wouldn't stamp, but I think we're going to be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that off, and I've got those beautiful press plates to die cut. Now, one thing to remember when doing better pressing is to make sure you grab some Extreme Clean. This cleaner by far is superior from other ones I've tried. And my 15% discount does work on this as well. So if you want your plates as squeaky clean as possible, Extreme Clean is your friend. So I will set this aside. And I'm going to run these two dies through my die cutting system and be right back. Okay, so I've got my die cut piece here, and I've already done one of them off to the side. So we're going to do this second one together. And we're going to start with stencil 1, and it's labeled 1A for this flower. So I am going to line this up. And the beauty of having the Altenew sticky mat is that I can line this up perfectly, press down all the way around it, and everything here is good to go. I can also use the sticky mat to hold down my ink pad. Now here it doesn't completely hold down because I don't have enough of the sticky under it. There we go. But it's nice to have these as little options. Now I want to clean my brush just a little bit. Make sure there's not a dark pink on there too. So I'm just going to take it and rub it on my microfiber cloth. And then I'm going to pink up this lighter ink. Now this ink here is Pink Tutu. And we're going to just take it, see, we wanted a lighter color. We're just going to take it and do a light brush over it. And maybe leave a little bit of the ends a little white. We don't want it dark because we want to have dimension. So I'm going to then move that one out. And this one here is Lipstick Jungle. So we'll go ahead and do this one next. And this one is brighter. See that? And this one, I think, okay, I'm going to switch the stencils here because I want to keep the majority of this lighter. So I'm going to go to the second stencil. And this one is going to be 2A. I love the way these are designed so that they coordinate numbers, and there's also some etched lines on here. You can't see them in the video, but there's etched lines on here that help you also line up everything. So all of these tools, the sticky mat, the stencils that line up perfectly and everything, make your job a lot easier. So for this one, we've already put the ink on a brush, so I'll go ahead and get a little bit more. Okay. And on this one, I'm just going to do the center, but I'm not going to go all the way out to the tip because that'll give us kind of a three-tone. Get a middle, and then you got the excess in the lighter color. It's a little darker than that, but it should dry back a little bit. Remember, less is more. So you can always go darker, you can't go lighter. So now we will get our stencil 3A. And it's right here. And we will line this one up. Beautiful. Stick it down really well. And we're going to take this, which is Pistachio Aplenty. And we will... This one is a really relatively light ink. So we're going to just do that first layer, which is a lighter layer. See that? Just do a lighter layer like so. Then for the last one, I'm just looking here. Let's see here. Okay, it's going to be those two right there. Okay, so for this last one, we're going to go take this off and put this one on. Here again, I'm lining up some etched lines here, which tell you exactly where to put it. I love that about these. They make it fuss proof, in other words. And then we're going to use the same color again, but this time just in the center, like so, and that'll give you a gradient. So let's pick this up, and I will show you. My nails are giving me a little problem. Put our lid on our ink. Now, this has lightened up quite a bit, but now we have our two beautiful little cherry blossoms. Isn't that great? I just love that. So now we're just going to take a piece of hammer mill paper, and we're going to take our paper rose stencil. Now this is a 6x6 stencil. I'm going to move this out of the way a little bit. So it's going to be a little larger than our background, which is perfect because it'll stick to the sticky mat. So then everything stays in place. Okay, then I'm going to get my pink blender brush, and I'm just going to see, do I have too much dark on there? I don't think so. Let's see. No, it's still light. Okay, so then we will take some more light, and I'm just going to go around sporadically here. I don't want to cover the whole thing. I just want to kind of make it sporadic. Okay, then we'll go in with the deeper color, and we'll do the same thing in areas. There's no rhyme or reason here. There's no right or wrong. You're just getting a little pigment down. Got a little dark there, but that's okay. You can come up from the edge down here. You can go, you know, a little bit in the edge right there. You kind of just do your thing. Do a little bit in the corner there. But I don't want to take it all the way out to the end. I want to have some white. And let's see what this looks like. Pretty. Now I think I want a little more darker right there. So you can line this back up very carefully. Another beauty of the sticky mat. Line this back up, and once you've got it perfectly aligned, whoops, I moved it, go ahead and stick that down, and I can grab a little more of this, come in from the sides, and maybe just do a little of that, like so. Maybe a little bit over here too. Okay, so now let's see. There we go. Okay, so I'm liking the way that's looking. So what we can do now is we're going to get our sentiment that we made, and we're going to have it here. And I might want to turn this around since there's more white space up here. Let's go ahead and move this. Oh, and before I do, let me show you a trick that I've learned. With the Altenew sticky mat, you always see people have theirs dirty. If you get the Ultra Clean, the LDRS Extreme Clean, Extreme Clean, and you put it on your mat, you can wipe it down. Look at that. And all that pink comes off for the most part. A little bit more right there. So we can just do that, and it's almost like an eraser. So I've been really happy with this, and this here is a hybrid ink, so this would normally stain even more than your dye-based inks. So I am very happy that I can get it that clean with the Extreme Clean. So now we will get this out. Like I said, I want to turn this over because we have a little more white space here. And that's the beauty of you being the artist, is you can choose to move things around if you see an eye for it. Now, I was going, let me see here. I was going to go with the smaller one at the top, but I might go with the larger one at the top and the smaller one at the bottom. Kind of make it kilter. So there's a little more of that pink. Ooh, I like that. I like the way that looks. Move this over just a little. Something like that. Maybe move this up a little bit more. You're going to have some white here. You're going to have some white here. And remember, if this is more white than you want, you just ink it a little more. It's your project. So now you just adhere these down and attach it to your card base, and your card design is done. So I'm just going to do that really quick. I'll go ahead and get some foam for this. I'm going to use the Altenew foam here. Trim this. This just gives for a very smooth layer of foam. Okay, now I'm just going to lay this back down here so I can see exactly where I want this again. I'm thinking it was a little bit raised up here. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it and put it where I feel like it'll best suit the project. So it's a tad bit higher, which I think will be nice to the eye. Then lower, so it's not right in the center, it's just a tad higher, which is going to fit these nicely, I think. So let's see, I want that kind of over this way, and then I wanted this kind of like so. I didn't want them corner corner. I want them kind of off a little bit. I think that is pleasing to the eye. Okay, so I'm going to put a little foam under here and a little foam under here. So the two big petals on the ends here, we'll put a little bit of foam there. And then we will be ready to glue this down. So we'll get a little foam there. This is just to level it off so it's not all wonky. Because now it'll sit nicely and be sturdy, which is what we want. Just kind of cuddling that T there with the die, like so. Might tilt this a little bit more that way. All right, like that. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. And add a little glue here. And we will cradle this little T right here, because I really like the look of that, and lay it down like so. Okay, if you wanted to put a little more foam under these two, you could, just like here. No, here this is pretty sturdy, so I like that. So let's go ahead and add some of that. Take this tape off. And we will snuggle this on this side, and I'm going to tilt it a little bit more so it's not corner corner. Let's see if I like that. That look good? There we go. Maybe I might move it just a little over. There we go. Now at this point you could opt to trim this and put a border on it. Or you could round the corners or cut the corner, you know, to give it a frame. But I kind of like it haphazard like that around the edges. I think it's very elegant looking. And if you look at the other one I did, let me see, in the previous video, you look at this one, they look really nice together. So these are all LDRS Creative products, and they are all available at www.ldrscreative.com, and I have the 15% coupon code that you can use anytime you shop. So I hope you have enjoyed this and that you come back and see me often. If you'd like to craft life with me, I'd love for you to hit that notification bell and ring the bell and subscribe. Give me a like and leave me a comment. I would love to have you join my craft group also. It's over on Facebook under Craft Life Together with Spellbinders and more. And of course, LDRS is part of that more. So thank you for watching, my friends, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.